So we've looked at quite a few pocket survival kits, and I had somebody text me and ask, was I going to put my pocket survival kit in there? And they had a point. So this is my pocket survival kit out of my get home bag. Okay, and so we're going to look at it and see how it stacks up and see where we need to improve it. Maybe give it a makeover. So there it is, my pocket survival kit all splayed out. And it is actually stored in that's an old Q-tips uh, can. And all these items were inside this plastic bag. And then everything fit inside of this soft Velcroed pouch, which could be worn on a belt, but fit really, really easily into a pocket. And I would say that it compared favorably with most of the other um, pocket survival kits that we've looked at. All right, so if you're one of my five faithfuls, you've seen this kit before because I've actually had it for years without much change. And as a matter of fact, if you look and you can see that it has been looked at lately because I've got a lot of. It's funny. It's like the wax has, I don't know, come out of the waxed cotton and kind of congealed onto this metal of this safety pin and onto the metal of the uh, needles. I don't know what that's all about. There's some sort of weird thing going on there, but that just shows you how long I've had it in there. So let's look at all the items. So first of all, I've got some Benadryl and I've got some anti-diarrheal. I think anti-diarrheal is very, very, very important. Then I've got a Bic lighter, and then I think this is an Innova red light, and then I have a little bit of foil. I have two needles, one safety pin, 10 aqua tabs, four of the wax cotton, a soft spool of waxed dental floss, and a Gerber splice. Now, the intention of this pocket survival kit has always been that if I had to enact my get home plan, the first thing that happens is this thing comes out of my chest pouch and goes into a pocket. It's the first tier, the stuff worn on the body, that if I lost everything else, for some reason I had to ditch everything else, I would have this stuff here. It's like with the other survival kits that we looked at, we're going to do a go, no go for each item. First of all, the Benadryl, yes, go. Whether it's you get into some stinging insects or it's just bad allergies, it's not a bad idea to have them. I don't know that I need four, so I think I'd probably cut it down to two, but sure, we'll say that's good. Anti-diarrheal, definitely a go. If for some reason this hits you while you're trying to get somewhere, not only is it going to slow you down and make it much more uncomfortable, but the loss of bodily fluids is really going to hamper you. You've already got an uphill battle finding water, treating water, carrying water, but now you're losing water at an even greater rate. So I really think anti-diarrheals is a good idea. It's a go. The lighter. Um, I don't I don't fault a lighter, but and that's a nice small one. You know, maybe I need to look at something smaller than that because unless it's really cold, the fire is not something that's going to be my first go-to. As I said, this is a self-rescue type of pocket survival kit, and fire is not going to be a first consideration because when we're not trying to signal anyone, we're trying to get somewhere as quick as possible. So I may look at a smaller fire maker. So, I'm going to be hard. We're throwing it in no-go. All right, this light. It's not much of a light as far as output goes. The reason I selected it is because it's red. And again, this is a self-rescue situation. This light is not going to be used necessarily for signaling or drawing attention. Quite the opposite. We're trying to minimize attention and that's why the red light. So I'm going to throw it in the go pile. The foil, you know, I just don't see anything good, useful coming out of this. I doubt that I'm going to be trying to cook anything. I don't plan on hanging around long enough to be using the foil for any of the uses that it has. So we're gonna throw this in the no-go pile. The aqua tabs, definitely. I'm glad that I've had that many. I wouldn't mind throwing in some more. I may order some new ones, and maybe there's 10 there. We may go 12 or 14, but definitely aqua tabs are the way to go. They treat, you know, 2 of these will treat a quart of water, and water's everything. The needles, they don't take up much room, but the fact is they don't serve a lot of purpose in this pocket survival kit. You know, some tape would be better probably for treating any kind of malfunctions of the wardrobe. To sit and to think I'm going to sew something up, probably not. Probably, although they would be good for picking out stickers and stuff. So maybe one. We're going to put one in the go pile and one in the no-go pile. That's fair. Safety pin. Can't hurt. Has much more use in this scenario than the straight pins do, the straight needles. If I did have a wardrobe malfunction, this is probably going to have more use than a needle. We'll throw that in the go pile. The 4 waxed cottons. Yeah, definitely good. Do I need 4? I could probably cut that down to 2 or 3 and I'd be fine. But and we'll divide them up again. But definitely that's a good fire starter. And that brings us to the waxed string, which is really just a dental floss. You know, it is string. It'll do a little bit of a job, but if I'm going to carry a little bit of string, I'd probably be better off, since I am kind of, you know, turning my nose up at the needle, I'd probably be better off getting a little bit of micro cord. So we're going to throw that in no-go. The Gerber slice. I had intended to make a portion of this video about the Gerber slice and my choice of it. She's proud. She's laid an egg. I was looking at changing this over, replacing it with either a SOG cross cut or a Leatherman Micra, but I had decided to go with the slice. It's got a good scissors. It's got a good knife. It's got a second, you know, rope saw, if you want to call it that. It's got a file, a little bit of a file. It's a pretty good little tool. It doesn't take up too much room, so we're going to hold on to it. We're going to say that's a go. Now let's look at the packaging. You know what? I really like this part of the packaging because this little Velcro pouch, cheap little Velcro pouch, it has a lot of uses. I can throw it on a belt if I want to. I can keep it in my pocket. I can do whatever I need to. But I think this is a real fail down here. The little Q-tip container, it's hard. It fits in there good. But other than that, it really doesn't bring much to the table. I do think it's important to have some sort of, if not waterproofness, water resistance to some of these items. So I think the bag's a good idea. Looks like I need to replace that one. So that's my critical review of my pocket survival kit that goes with my get home bag. So in the next video, we're going to remake this pocket survival kit, one for the get home bag, and then we're going to make just a standalone pocket survival kit after looking at all these guys over here, what I take away and what I would do if I was building my own standalone pocket survival kit.